Hello, everybody. I am Rena Michaelis. I am still sick, but I really wanted to share my opinions on this. And this is the problem of YouTube. It has become corporate tube. What you have in YouTube Rewind is not PewDiePie, who is the most famous YouTuber of all time. You have the Try Guys, who are parts of BuzzFeed. Look at this. You've got Will Smith, a famous celebrity. He's considered a YouTuber. You have Trevor Noah. You have John Oliver. These people, they don't write their own scripts. They have people. They have people who write scripts for them. They are reading off a teleprompter. They have nothing original to say. It's not their words, it's their writer's words. It's the words they're reading from a screen. And I am quite sure that never before in their lives, maybe the Try Guys, maybe they have, but when it comes to John Oliver, Will Smith, um, Trevor Noah, I highly doubt that any of them have ever edited a video before. And editing, it takes a while. Editing is very, very time consuming. It could take days. Depending on, what type of video you're editing. I'm pretty sure that's whether you like him or not. I'm pretty sure that's Vadim Newquist. It takes him perhaps weeks to edit his videos. Even if you hate Vadim Newquist, that's okay. But it probably still takes some weeks to edit his video. But that's the problem with YouTube. It's really corporate tube. Like, I saw this on Twitter not that long ago. Somebody was complaining because Ariana Grande made it to YouTube's trending on a YouTube that she just released, and it didn't get like a lot of views or whatnot. It just automatically got put on trending, and it got pushed by YouTube itself, and it got pushed by Susan Wojcicki to help spread it along instead of it's happening organically. YouTube is now about celebrities. It's like, YouTube is trying to be the next MTV or the next Netflix. It's like, is this even a place for us anymore? Like, originally, YouTube was like 10 years ago, a lot like what BitChutes is right now. Like, if you see BitChutes now, that is what YouTube was 10 years ago. It's all about the creator. It's all about people in their bedrooms or their parents' basements, making content, writing their own scripts, or speaking off the cuff, speaking from the heart, or it's people editing their own videos, not some sort of corporate shield. Not some people that you could easily watch on, HBO, that you could already watch, Trevor Noah on HBO. You could already watch, John Oliver on HBO. You could already watch, Will Smith on Nickelodeon and whatnot. But YouTube is supposed to be a place for content creators. If you look at BitChutes now, that's what YouTube was in the past. It was filled with people vlogging, people who actually made the platform what it is, people who actually have grown this platform to success. I mean, If you want that, why not watch cable television? You don't need YouTube for Will Smith. You just need a TV for Will Smith. You don't need, YouTube for Will Smith. You could watch him on Netflix. They're getting pushed while your everyday content creator, the people who make up the platform, we get pushed to the side. Now, another thing that is wrong with it, I'm pretty sure that you probably hear this all the time anyway, and I am just going to end up regurgitating other people's talking points, but it's the clear social justice propaganda. You could hear some social justice propaganda about 3 or 4 minutes into it, where it says something like, and I am going to read you the lines. I'm not going to play any of it for you because I don't want a false a copyright strike or a false whatever, because I mean they could, people, they, even companies, corporations, they give you a false DMCA, a false guidelines, a false copyright strike, even though your video would fall into fair use. So to avoid a copyright strike, it would just be easier to read the lines. To everyone who proved it's okay to talk about mental health this year. Okay, when has it ever been not okay to talk about mental health? If you want to talk about mental health, talk about mental health. If you don't want to talk about it, that's your problem. It's okay to go through times like that as if there was ever a time where it wasn't okay. We should celebrate the fierce, empowering arts that is drag. Can we give a moment to Asian representation in entertainment this year? Major strides were made. Yeah, I mean, first world problems. This is peak first world problems. I mean, let's not focus on cancer or AIDS or starving children or, homeless veterans. No, 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 no. Asian representation. That is really important. Asian representation in entertainment is the huge strides that we've made this year. Not helping children with cancer. No, 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 no. Forget, children with cancer. Let's just focus on somebody's narcissistic personality disorder. Yes, very narcissistic and entitled indeed. And people who puts aside their differences. Here's to all the women in 2018 finding their voices. For for a really long time, women have had a voice. Even when I was a child, even when I was a little girl, I've had a voice. I mean, when were we ever silenced? I mean, I don't know, maybe in my mother's time. Who knows, maybe in my mother's time. But, I never ever felt like being a woman ever held me back. Even when I was a child, I was always told to be a strong woman. So it's like, what is this? Finding their voices. Oh my goodness. It's nice to see how women grew and were empowered. I mean, this is weird because I never ever experienced any difference. I never ever experienced a reality where we were disempowered. Can we give a moment to the working moms, which is not egalitarian at all? What's about the working dads? Working dads, who cares about them? Am I right? Am I right? Who cares about working dads? Who cares about the fathers who would never ever see their child again? Because did they get a woman pregnant and she could just, have full custody of the child, and he would never ever see, his child again, which actually perhaps leads to the high male suicide rates. Oh no, let's forget about the high male suicide rates. Let's just forget about all that. And to all the refugees looking for a home, I think that the person misspoke. I think that she meant to say economic migrants to and send it to all the kids who are following their dreams. What if their dream is to, be a father someday and to be parts of their child's life? I guess, tough luck on that one. If you want to be a father in parts of your child's life, because we live in an area where, or we live in a time period where a woman could get an abortion without even telling you. A woman could get an abortion without telling you, or a woman could make sure that you never ever see your child again. But oh yes, like if you're a kid and your dream is to be a father someday, well, you're just out of luck on that one, you sexist, misogynist, kid working for the patriarchy. It's just, propaganda, and I'm just, repeating things that you probably heard a gazillion times already, which is why I was, contemplating whether or not I wanted to make this video, because everybody is complaining about social justice, and I would prefer to just talk about something a bit different than the rest of people. But regardless of their political association, I would be much more happier to see a bunch of self-made YouTubers who grew successful when they started off, in a farm in their mother's basements, and then they became a YouTuber through hard work over somebody who is a corporate shield who is famous anyway. It's kind of like people like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They don't need YouTube because they're famous anyway. You could already see them on TV, on Netflix. You could already find them everywhere. So it's kind of like YouTube is supposed to be about your everyday average Joe, building a success, because that is a success story. That is a success story when a person is from a farm, a farm, and they just become successful all on their own, from a nice rags to riches story, instead of a rich, person who's already worth billions of dollars looking to make even more money. Fortunately, there are alternatives. There are places like BitChutes and VK.com, because the best thing about VK.com is that right now with BitChutes, they have to deal with people going after their payment processors like PayPal or Patreon. With VK.com, I highly doubt that they could take away PayPal or Patreon from VK.com, because VK.com, their headquarters are located in Moscow, Russia. So it's just there. Also, you can upload videos to VK.com, and your videos would show up in VK's search engine. So it could be a nice video hosting sites where you could, find the videos that you're looking for through VK.com. Anyway, this has been Ren Michaelis. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.